I can give you the sauce when you on my line. Late night trying to cuff, I just wanna get them to slide. Capture all these moments, I'm so haunted. So many nights alone, focused like witches.
You know what the problem is? We're trying to maintain a certain level of integrity. You're always going to get tested and tried. People are always going to question it. There's always going to be one person looking for any reason to destroy you. Doesn't have to be grandiose. It could be the most minute problem, the most petty argument. Doesn't have to be on a global scale. As long as a person can find their way inside of your personal life to expose you so that they can get attention on themselves, they will do it. That's why a lot of friendships don't last anyway. And people are shocked and flabbergasted. How dare she? How dare he? I can't believe this person did this and did that. A lot of these folks be jealous of you from the very beginning, but they infiltrate the camp, put on this facade that they're someone that they're not. Go through the lengths of becoming an entirely different version of who you think they should be so that they can extract something out of you until you're no longer needed. I've always been on the fence with B. Simone, right? Because to me, I think when you get on these TV shows, you should always be authentically yourself. The problem is, most people aren't. They're everything but that. And she always gave me like this weird, I'm entitled, I can use my black card to get away with saying certain shit. But she's not really someone I think is all that humble. She doesn't give me that. Like you ever just look at someone or have a conversation with somebody and you can tell that you're not going to really get along with them because you can see from a mile away how they really are, what they are about, what they represent for real. She come off like just like any other woman of any other race that's been indoctrinated by the Western society, culture, whatever you want to call it. See, I'm not stereotyping nobody because we all have the propensity to move like her. All genders, all skin tones. So this ain't just about her specifically, but she went on, and I remember she did this. It just came back to me that she was very angry and very like, I don't know, combative, if that's the word. She was challenging Martin Luther King's legacy by saying, well, he was a cheater. He may have did all of these things, but he's still a cheater. So how does that make him so important and so high status? So I wanted to address that. Um, because she's getting ripped apart for that comment, but she's also getting ripped apart for um, how she was as a friend and other things of that nature. I don't know nothing about her and the other lady that they. I don't. That's not my business. I don't really care specifically, but it does pose the question: Does cheating get excused because you are well renowned? Does infidelity get swept under the rug because you have an asterisk behind your name, or because you're famous, or you're on like this Mount Rushmore of history? Does that get excused? Does that tarnish your legacy? Because I can't disagree. I can and I can't, because right, we all fall short, and I can't judge the next person for how they live their life. If you did good in the world, I will acknowledge it. If you did bad in the world, I will acknowledge it. Everything has to be even keeled. And I think what she was trying to say is, yeah, he did good in the world, but we can't just act like, you know, he didn't do bad as well. I think that was her point. So I don't necessarily believe that she was trying to shit on him, but I do get a feeling that she and the other young lady got into that discussion to trigger people. Like it was a bait topic. I'm curious to know what other people think about that question in general. Now, the other thing that I want to address real quick is she clout chasing? Is she antagonistic on purpose? Is she a narcissist? Does she use people? Well, that's for you to decide. But I would argue that most people use people. The only difference is she has a little light on her, and people like her little squeaky voice. I need a boyfriend. I need a boyfriend. I need boyfriend. They like that little weird little quirk, and she's semi funny in certain little skits and wild and out and shit like that. But I'm inviting people to challenge these celebrities' qualifications for being in the positions that they are and they have. I'm challenging people to ask themselves, are these folks that we should be looking to for inspiration? Are we, or should we be holding them to a certain standard? And if you're holding them to a certain standard, shouldn't they be an example? Shouldn't they be showing you something of great significance that isn't trash and full of deception and debauchery? And like I'm really questioning a lot of people's sanity, because y'all swear up and down that you want people in places with morals and all of this shit, but y'all be having the most reckless people all over social media running amok, talking about things that they shouldn't be talking about. But you know, those just my initial thoughts. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about her, about the question that I asked. It's not just about Martin Luther King, it's about anybody who has money or fame. Should they get a pass for cheating and stepping out and doing dirt? Even after all of their accomplishments for the community, should they get a pass, or should they be held to the same standards? I don't really condone talking about the dead, but I just wanted to look at it from both sides. I I don't know. I like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think in the comment section.
Merry Christmas, filthy animals. And a Happy New Year.